I haven't been approved yet, and I have to say that.
I didn't even, I didn't have to.
Usually you.
Okay, we're back, part 2. Hello, live people. Okay. We will now move to. Guys, come on. We will now move to Bill 1617-010. Clerk will report the legislation by number and title.
Bill 1617-010, a bill to publicize meetings of the Undergraduate Senate.
That's not this. Come on down, Ryan.
Good, guys.
New legislation.
This is new.
No, I'm saying this is new legislation.
Yes.
No, get off.
You can sit here if you want.
No, oh no, you're good. You're good.
You want to? Okay.
Oh, I'll just go behind you. No. All right. Anyway, guys, so so like like a lot of people like I know as a freshman too, they don't know either A, what the Senate is or like where the meetings are or so we have a section usually for public comment. Why are we having this section if no one actually knows like where we are or where we're going? So I think it's just like a simple thing, just to publicize the meeting so that people know about it. They'll see it on our social media pages, and those who want to come. I'm not saying this may not improve the ratio of people coming for public comment, but at least it makes it more accessible for people to know about it and to come to these meetings. Sure. Okay. Wait, Chris, I saw you first.
So I like it. I think it's a good idea. I think since the concept is surrounding the concept of like the issue of people not coming for public comment, I think I would also suggest that you add into it some sort of comment box, which is possible, so that if people don't want to can't come to Senate on Sunday, they can submit a public comment online.
Okay.
Can
what?
That is a question. I was trying to think of that.
I mean, that's a good idea. Because I mean, like we do have a suggestion box, like no one knows, like outside the Senate office, but like no one knows what that is. No one knows where the Senate office is.
Question?
Yeah.
Very quickly on the notion of online public comments, I think that's an interesting idea, but I think that would be a separate bill.
Yeah.
It would require a separate change to Senate rules. With that said, I do have one question for the sponsor, which is this. Why does he feel that it would be insufficient to post this information on the Undergraduate Senate social media rather than the student government social media?
Because for example, like not everyone some of us who ran have Senate pages, but I don't think not everyone. It's hard to keep 40 people. Oh, you guys have to post when this meeting happens.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand my question.
Okay.
There is a Facebook page for the Undergraduate.
Oh,
Senate.
then yeah.
So why does he feel that it should go in the overall student government Facebook page rather than undergraduate?
I think it should be all because not everyone who follows Undergraduate Senate follows student government page. So it should be all accessible to everyone who follows and likes whatever pages. So if you want to amend it to add that, that'd be great.
I think that's good work for committee.
Okay. We just add it now. It's very simple.
Well,
The question, well, I was just going to answer, comment on.
Why not?
Sure. So I would agree, but at the same time, I also agree with Ryan that the Undergraduate Senate Facebook page and Twitter pages have far less followed far less than student government, and I don't think it would be intrusive on the communications of student government as a whole to publicize it once a week.
Also, can we move first reading so this can go through so it could be published next meeting, our next Senate meeting can be published. We only have 3 left.
So we're gonna have to.
All right. There's been a motion to waive first reading. I heard a second. Senate will move into discussion. I saw Senator Gale.
Yeah, can I ask you? Would the post would it be a set graphic that says the time and place or whatever? Or would it say what we're talking about in that Senate meeting? So there's a little bit of transparency in terms of interest to the if we're talking about sustainability,
Yeah.
If people knew that, then more people would
All
know.
I list on there was the location and time. but that's a good idea, like maybe like post, so.
Okay, let's keep the discussion to the motion to waive first reading.
Okay.
That's more on,
Second.
we're already in discussion. Senator Wolf.
I think that the nature of the discussion and questions here indicate that there are a lot of details that need to be worked out in this bill. The underlying bill, I think, is noble, and I think it's good, but I think there are a lot of questions of detail that would be good work done by committee. And so I'm going to suggest that the bill go through first reading and the committee process, and ultimately be passed in its best possible form rather than its fastest possible form.
Senator Rogers.
I would agree with Senator Wolf, and I would also just add that I don't think Chris would have any problems posting for next week to let people know that we're meeting. So that way we can still, meet the purpose of the bill even and follow the proper procedures that we have for passing legislation.
Senator Herrera. It's been seconded. We got to vote on it. So is there any other discussion? Seeing none, we'll now vote on the motion to waive first reading. All those in favor of waiving first reading say yay. All those opposed say nay. Any in the chair, the nays have it. So this will be sent to CRP. Okay, we will move on to Bill 1617-011. Clerk will report the legislation by number and title.
Bill 1617-011, a bill to amend the bylaws regarding the judicial register.
Would Senator Wolf like to come down and speak?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yes, this is a bill that was introduced earlier in the academic year, earlier in the Senate, and subsequently withdrawn. Recent events have brought into stark relief the necessity to have the Senate be able to be the body that is in charge of amending the judicial register. It is clear that giving that authority, even the authority to block it to the judicial board, creates unsustainable situations, as it did over the weekend. And so I'm putting this bill forward again. However, in its current form, it leaves some things to be desired, and so I am urging that the Senate put the bill through first reading so that it can be considered in committee next week.
Okay, is there any questions for the sponsor? Seeing none, Senator Bama.
More of like a point of inquiry.
Okay.
Isn't it the whole point of having like a judicial board that they're not in like that they're not overseen by like anything precise, like the Supreme Court, and like so that they can like, call out on people when they do things and people feel more comfortable going to them?
Absolutely, and this doesn't change that. The judicial register is essentially the administrative rule book of the judicial board. It does not change their authority to rule. It does not change the scope of what they may consider. It is simply an administrative rule book to discuss certain organizational powers, certain organizational authorities, and things like the manner in which they're allowed to meet. It can also be used to impose certain ethics regulations, which I think we might find useful. So, in much the same way, for what it's worth, that the Judiciary Act of 1789 in the federal government created the federal court system, right? That was an act of Congress, if we want to use that analogy. So